Are you an introvert, meaning you're reserved, you're to yourself a lot, you like to be alone, maybe you're quiet, maybe you're shy, but have you let that interfere with your growth? Have you let that interfere with you engaging? Have you let that interfere with you stepping out? If so, listen, you came into the right video because I'm teaching this series called Introvert to Extrovert. And in this series, I'm not teaching you how to per se go from being an introvert to an extrovert. You can remain being an introvert, but I'm going to show you how to activate the extrovert when it's needed. And who am I? I'm Billy Miller, the motivational minister. And one of the things I do is I help people to improve their lives by teaching them life skills from the Bible. And today I'm going to teach you 2 steps that's going to help you as an introvert to dominate like the extrovert. Walk with me. So listen, it's not even going to take me that long to teach you. I'm going to teach you 2 steps, which is actually in the title. It says practice what you learn. Practice what you learn. Teach you 2 steps. So let's look at the first step. The first step is you're going to have to become a leader. Become a learner. You need to become a leader too. But you have to become a learner. That's step number 1. Become a learner. Now, I don't know if you remember, if you watched the previous video I did in this series. I'm hearing something outside. I don't know if y'all heard that. But anyway, I did a previous teaching in this series called Teach What You Know. Teach what you know. Only teach what you know. Well, guess what? If you only know a little bit, you're only going to be able to teach a little bit. If you don't know much, you're not going to be able to share much. So one thing you need to do is you need to become a learner. You need to gain information. You need to read books. You need to study. You need to, well, Billy, I don't read books. Okay, then you need to listen to audiobooks. Well, Billy, I don't really listen to audiobooks. Well, then you need to watch some videos, some YouTube teachings like this. Do whatever you have to do to learn. You know, that's one of the like I give this, many of you know about it. I give this free offer that I give away called You Can't Quit Now. And I put it in those 3 formats for that very reason. I give you a free ebook, but I know some people don't read, right? So I also give you a audio download, right? But even if people don't want to sit there and listen to an audio, I have a 3-part video teaching series. All 3 of those things I give away for free, and I do it in that process because the way people learn. So however it is that you learn, listen, do it. Take a course. Do whatever you have to do to gain information. Because guess what? The more you learn, the more you can share. Remember, I said teach what you know. I do a video every day. I do some form of video. I upload a video every day. Whether it's a short, a long form teaching. Well, people say, well, you don't never run out of content. No, because I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly learning. And you're going to have to do the same. Never get to the point where you have arrived. Listen, never be learned, always be learning. As a matter of fact, that's what this shirt says. Never be learned, always be learning. As a matter of fact, if you look right there, that shirt says the same thing. Can you see that? Never be learned, always be learning. As a matter of fact, somebody put that, write that down in the comment section. That's one of my favorite quotes God gave me. Never be learned, always be learning. Never be learned, always be learning. I remember when I first took a customer service job, um, I began to learn everything I could about customer service. I got all types of customer service books. I went to took courses. I watched videos. I did everything to become good at customer service. And then eventually, I began to get good at it. I began to get awards from it. I won all types of awards for customer service awards. Uh, and eventually I became what you call a customer service guru. And right now, I could teach on it. Right now, I could write a book on customer service. But even right now, today, I'm still learning. I can show you books right now that I'm currently reading on customer service. Why? Because never be learned, Always be learning, and you're going to have to do the same. It doesn't matter that you've mastered it. Never get to the point where you've arrived. Even though you've mastered it, never be learned. Always be learning. Continue to learn. Think of it like this. If you wake up in the morning and you're breathing, your existence is proof that there's more for you to learn. I want you to think of it like that. So I don't care how good you are. I don't care if you're the main go-to person. Like you the top head. Nobody can master this thing like you. Even you wake up and you say, hey, I'm still here. Let that be proof that there's more for you to learn. Look at this scripture right here. This is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 9. This is the New International Reader's Version. It says, teach a wise person. So a wise person is already wise, right? He says, teach a wise person, and they will become even wiser. Listen, if you teach a person that's already wise, he will become even wiser. Teach a person who does right, and they will learn even more. So I know you're going to do right. I know you're going to do right because you're going to say, hey, never be learned. I'm always learning. And you're going to learn more. Which leads to the second step. It's practice. See, it's good that you're reading the books, but don't just become a bookworm. You're going to eventually have to put some wheels to the vision. You're going to have to act on what you know. As a matter of fact, did I write the definition? Let me give you the definition to the word practice. Yeah, right here. I did write it in here. That's good. Let's look at this definition to the word practice. You're going to have to practice what you learn, which is the title of this video. Here's what I mean by practice. Practice has a twofold meaning, but they all, it's all the same. So practice means to carry out or to apply. You ever hear people say practice what you preach? That's what that means, to carry out what you preach, to apply what you preach. And in this case, we're talking about practice what you learn. So as you're reading the books, listen, make sure you understand this too. You practice. The second step is you do this simultaneously as you learn, while you learn, not after you've learned. Because remember, never be learned, always be learning, because you're always learning. While you're learning, you're going to practice. You're going to apply. Are you following me? It also means to do or perform often, customarily or habitually. You need to do it every day until it becomes a habit. You got to do it every day until it becomes a habit. I remember when I was telling you, when I was learning the customer service books, I remember I would be at my job. I would get off my job and I would go and I would read the books and I would gain this information. And then when I go to job the next day, I applied what I learned. I carried out what I learned. Are you following me? And then when I got off, I repeated the process till it became a habit. I got off work, go home, study, learn the playbook. Like in sports, I learned the playbook. And then when I came to work, the work was my playing field. That's when I executed. That's when I applied what I learned. And that's how I became good. And that's what you're going to do. While you're learning, you're going to apply. You're going to gain and you're going to apply. You're going to gain, you're going to apply. And that's going to help you master it. Let's look at this scripture here. This is James chapter 1, verse 22. This is the Message Bible. It says, don't fool yourself into thinking that you are a listener. Look at that. I misspelled this. This is the second time I done did a video and I done misspelled something while I'm teaching. I ain't going to edit it out. I'm going to put it right here just so you can see that. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Continue the process. Nobody's going to focus on that. They're going to focus on what they heard. You worried about how you look on camera and don't want to do a video. They go focus on what you said, not by how you look. I don't know who that was for. But anyway, it says, don't fool yourself into thinking that you are a listener when you are anything but, letting the word go in one ear and out the other. Listen, be doers of the word and not hearers only. He says, act on what you hear. Act on what you learn. Got it? Even Jesus said, but why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do the things which I say? Why call him Lord if you're not going to do what he say? Why take a course if you're not going to listen to the instructor? Why go on a diet if you're not going to follow the instructions? Why get a recipe if you're not going to get in the kitchen? Why get exercise equipment if you're not going to put it to use? You're going to have to put wheels to what you learn. You're going to have to put wheels to what you learn. That's good right there. I don't know who that's for. I'm going to say it one more time. You got to put wheels on what you learn. A lot of you been ready, aiming, but not firing. Yeah, you're reading the books, but you haven't put wheels to it. You're going to have to do what you're learning. And these 2 steps is going to help you as an introvert to dominate as an extrovert. And you know, I mentioned in this teaching customer service a couple of times, you know, it would do you good to learn customer service. And you may be thinking, well, I don't work in customer service. Why would I need to do that? I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you in this next video. So click this video so you can learn how customer service. This video is called The Wow Factor, and learn how customer service is going to help you go from an introvert to an extrovert. Y'all take care.